Okay, good evening everybody. Well, good morning, it's morning. So today I'm going to talk about how to talk to a stranger, because we're all put in situations where we have to talk to someone we don't know. Whether it's a job interview or you're a new student in school, you have to talk to random people. Well, the first step to talking to a stranger is the approach. Because you can't just walk up to someone and be like, oh, hi, you're so cool. No, like, that doesn't work. For elementary students, you have to be more careful because things can go wrong. Parents can accuse you of wrong things. So here are a couple of do's. So do you think a person should ask your parent before talking to you? Yes. Okay, if someone came up to you and was like, oh, the cardiovascular system is like blah, 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 would you understand them? Yeah, so keep it simple. Simple is always nice for elementary students. And would it be easier if someone came up to you and asked you a question? Yes, right? Yeah. Yeah, so they're like, oh, how's your day going? Yeah, instead of hi, what would you say if I said hi? And then there's awkward silence. You have to start with the question. Okay, so a couple doses, don't keep on the kid, because no kid will like that. Trust me. They'd be like, yeah. Okay. Never talk about complex subjects. Kids never understand that. And then never give a random hug, because it's not good for kids you don't know. This is all for strangers. If you know the kid, you can give them a hug. Okay, for teenagers, it's a little different, because teenagers sometimes are more chill, sometimes they're more not chill. You can go back to class if you want. Sunny?
Let's give it up for Elijah.
So teenagers like to talk about themselves generally. I found this on research I did. They love talking about themselves. Once they get started, they won't stop. So first thing you can start with is, hi, my name's Nana. What's your name? There we go. Asking questions and telling a joke is a good way to like break the ice. Or you can come up with something like, how much does a polar bear weigh? Enough to break the ice. Kaboom! And there you go. A couple of those is don't be completely serious, because everyone gets bored of serious people. I mean, if you're just like, hi. They don't want to talk to you. They're like walking away. It's really hard. And never be boring. Nobody likes a boring person. But never also touch, because touching is weird. Because if you don't know them and you're like, hi, how are you doing? Then it's just awkward.
Rachel.
Okay. The next thing is when you're talking to an adult. Talking to an adult is more complex, because adults are more mature, and sometimes they think more about you, like, they have higher standards for you. Mr. Becker, can you come here? Okay. So, would you like the conversation to start like this? Hi, my name's Naomi.
Hi, my name is Mr. Becker.
Yes. Instead of going, hi, Mr. What's your name?
Awkward.
It would be so awkward.
Definitely.
So handshakes are always a good thing, because then like, even if it's like besito, you can always have an awkward like hug besito thing, and you're like, I don't know what to do. Okay. You can always start with your name, because adults like to know your name. I don't know why, they just love knowing their name. Okay, another thing is body language, because if you're like slouching and like, hi, they like communicate disrespect, and it's pretty awful. And eye contact is always important unless you're in like certain Asian cultures. They don't accept eye contact because they think you're looking down on them. But most people, do they have it here? Is eye contact respectful here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. See, eye contact's respectful here. Okay. A couple doses, don't use impolite words, because they'll think of that as disrespect. Disrespect, never a good thing. No slouching, no disrespect.
What's slouching?
Slouching? Oh, hi. Yeah, it's a big don't. Okay. We can go back over there. Okay. And no matter what happens, a smile is always a good thing, because smiles are just so comforting. It's just like, oh, hi, how are you doing? It's so much better than, hi, my name's Nai. That's a big no-no.
No.
And that was the approach. Once you get past the approach, the next thing you have to do is think about the topic. You have to pick something like everyone can relate to. Topic? So everyone can relate to sports and work, generally. Like if you're like, oh, like what's your favorite soccer team? They may not have a favorite soccer team, but they can say, oh, I enjoy this sport, or something like that. School. Everybody goes to school at one point in their life, generally. Favorites and hobbies. Some people don't always have hobbies, but they have favorites. And yeah, and life in general. People like talking about themselves. Life is a good thing to talk about. Once again, everybody loves talking about themselves. And then, in order for them to remember you and to want to talk to you again, you have to say something they'll remember. Like, you can say a good joke, you can say a historical fact. One of the research I did was, it said that a historical fact that you say, someone will remember you better. So, if you do that, it's a good thing. Interesting facts, funny joke, because people always love funny jokes. Okay, the next part is the continuation of the conversation. Because you could have awkward silences, and like, what do you do in awkward silences? You can ask more questions, you can share something about yourself, and you can always figure out everything relates to something else. And a research I did, it said like, everything can like relate to something else. Like, if they say, oh, I have a brother named Tom, you can be like, oh, my friend's cousin is named Tom, and they'll be like, oh, that's cool, and you can talk about Tom. Yeah, Toms. Okay, and you just don't click because it's kind of just like, oh, hi, how are you doing? And it doesn't work. Just remember, find an excuse to leave, just be polite. Remember, there's 7 billion people in this world. That means there are like so many other people, you don't have to click with everyone. And then, or you can just find something in common, like Tom. Okay, is everything going all right? Good. Keep it going. You can try deeper topics, but be careful because you don't want to push it. Because if you push it, then they'll be like, oh wow, like you're getting too personal and it's no good. Okay, ending it. You want to end it the same way you started it, like with something interesting. Like say that I started it with, hey, how much does a polar bear weigh to break? It was enough to break the ice. You want to end it with like a funny joke or an interesting fact or something they'll remember you by. So basically, end it with a bang. Make the person remember you. If you get close enough to them, you can hug them goodbye. If you don't, it's not recommended to hug them. But you can always say a joke. People love jokes. Humor is a good way to like make people feel comfortable. And why is this helpful? You might be wondering. Okay, so in an interview, job interview, you have to go in and employers hire based on the interview. Like when you go in an interview, you have to be polite, you have to have good eye contact, you have to have good posture, and all of this stuff. So if you know how to start a conversation and you have to be likable by the employer. So when you go in, if you do all these steps, you'll probably get the job hopefully if you have enough experience. But yes. If you're a new student in a new school, because you know I've been moving around a lot, so when I was a new student, at first, like I picked up most of these tips from being a new student. I would go and be like, oh, like, hi, like kind of shy, but you have to push yourself to be outgoing, or else you will be like the outcast. Like it's easier to make friends when you're more social, because that way, like you can just like come up and be like, oh, hi, I'm new here, and you don't have to be like, oh, where's the bathroom? No, you can be like, oh, I'm not it, where's the bathroom? And people are like, oh, okay, they'll help you because you're more outgoing in general, which is nice. In situations you need small talk for like dinner parties when you're older, or just like talking to someone. If you want small talk, it's always good. And you never want to be the outcast, so being social helps, and starting a conversation helps. And according to research I did, it said that pushing yourself to talk to strangers actually helps your mental, like your brain, because it makes you more outgoing, but also like it just helps you expand more opportunities. And so I encourage you guys to go and chat away.